Hi, I'm Bob. We will solve the 4 exercises for section 7.4, Lower Costs in the Long Run. Let's start with exercise 4.1. A U-shaped long-run average cost curve is the envelope of U-shaped short-run average cost curves. On what part of the curve does a short-run curve touch the long-run curve? I replicate the long-run average cost as the envelope of the short-run average cost curves diagram in the textbook. At low output levels, the short-run average cost curve touches the long-run average cost curve on the downward sloping part of the short-run average cost curve. At the high output levels, the short-run average cost curve touches the long-run average cost curve on the upward sloping part of the short-run average cost curve. At the minimum of the long-run average cost curve, the short-run average cost curve touches it on its flat part. Or equivalently, the downward sloping part of the long-run average cost curve touches the short-run average cost curve on its downward sloping part. The upward sloping part of the long-run average cost curve touches the short-run average cost curve on its upward sloping part. The minimum of the long-run average cost curve touches the minimum of the short-run average cost curve. Let's solve exercise 4.2. A firm's average cost is as follows, where A is positive. How can you interpret A? What sign must B have if this cost function reflects learning by doing? What happens to the average cost as Q increases? Draw the average cost curve as a function of output for particular values of A and B. We write the derivative of the average cost with respect to output. If the average cost decreases as output increases, then the derivative must be negative, so B must be negative. We set A and B equal to some particular values and draw the average cost curves. We find that the parameter A is the learning by doing measure. Learning by doing means the firm's workers and managers gain productive skills and knowledge of better ways to produce from experience and practice. Learning by doing shifts the average cost curve downwards. When B is fixed, a lower A corresponds to a lower average cost curve. A smaller A represents a better skill or method to produce. Let's find answers to exercise 4.3. A firm's learning curve, which shows the relationship between average cost and cumulative output, is as follows, where AC is average cost, N is its cumulative output, A, B, and R are positive constants, and R is between 0 and 1. In part A, what is the firm's average cost if R is nearly 0? What can you say about the firm's ability to learn by doing? If R approaches 0, N to the power minus R approaches 1. The average cost approaches A plus B, which is a constant. The average cost does not fall as cumulative output increases. The firm has little ability to learn by doing. In part B, if R exceeds 0, what can you say about the firm's ability to learn by doing? We find that the derivative of average cost with respect to output is negative. meaning that the average cost decreases as cumulative output increases. The firm has the ability to learn by doing. In Part C, what happens to its average cost as its cumulative output N gets extremely large? Given this result, what is your interpretation of A? As output N gets extremely large, N to the power minus R approaches 0. The average cost approaches parameter A. So A is the lower limit of the average cost. Let's solve exercise 4.4. In the application solar power learning curves, the cost of solar power installations fell as the installed base in a given country rose. If N represents cumulative national experience, would the average cost curve exhibit such learning by doing? Explain. Yes. Please check the answers to the last exercise. I draw a diagram to show the average cost curves. The parameter R reflects the economies of scale. The production function's degree of return to scale determines the economies of scale of the cost function. The parameter B reflects the firm's ability to learn by doing. A lower B corresponds to a better ability. The parameter A is the lower limit of the average cost, probably determined by the current technology level. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. See you next time.